Hey guys, welcome to my channel iCode. I am Pallav and today we are going to discuss about resumes and why they are not shortlisted by good companies, especially product-based companies. I have been receiving messages on LinkedIn to cover this topic for a long time, and it took me long because I wanted to understand HR's mindset, their thought process before coming up with anything. How do they look at the resumes? Why do they select or reject any particular resume? And for the same, I would like to thank Samira for helping me understand the process. She has been HR in leading product-based companies like Quicker, Geo, and Gojek and helped me in this video. Now let's look at the points that we'll be discussing in this video. And the first one is why most of the resumes doesn't even reach to HR. So rejection by the HR comes at the second place. In most of the cases, your resume doesn't even reach to the HR. Why is it so? We'll discuss it in detail. Next, we'll see that how can we make recruiters go through our resume because they spend very less amount of time, and how can we make them go through our resume in detail. Then we'll see that how can we make our profile look different because even if your resume reached in the recruiter's hand, why it will get selected. So we'll look at how can you make your profile look different. And then comes the online presence. People have been discussing about this word, and we'll see that what is online presence, how does it help, and how can we get it. Next, we'll see that how does portfolios help. People have been using portfolios these days, and we will see that how does having a portfolio help in making your resume shortlist or making yourself qualify for the interview. Along the way, we will see some tips and tricks, and they will definitely help you in getting the HR's attention. So let's get started. The first point is that why most of the resumes doesn't even reach to HR. Why is it so? Because you have applied on their website, you have updated your resume on the career portals like LinkedIn, Hirist. Then why doesn't your resume is reaching in the HR's hand? And the reason for that is the filtering tools. Recruiters of most of the product-based companies who receive more than hundreds of resumes per day, they use filtering tools for filtering out the resumes and picking up the right one. Now these tools filters out 70 to 80% of the resumes received, and there are strong chances that your resume doesn't even get a look. To crack this, we should understand the functioning of these tools. So what these tools do is they match your resume against the job description provided by HR. And after the match, they calculate a match score depending on which HR picks up the resume. So essentially, we should be using the keywords that are mentioned in the job description. More our resume will match the JD, more will be the match score. As simple as that. This also means that we should update our resume as per the job description. I understand that this can be tedious, but if there's a company, if there's an opening that you are really desperate about, where you really want to go, I think that these efforts are worth. And after updating the resume, after bringing it close to the JD, you can check your match score using the tools like JobScan. So you upload your resume here, you add the job description, and then it will match against it and will calculate a match score just like those filtering tools do. Depending on this percentage, you can decide that whether you want to update your resume further or not. But if you are getting too many rejections, if you are not getting any calls, or if your resume is not getting shortlisted anywhere, then you can definitely try this once. The next point is that how can you make recruiters go through your resume? You cleared the first stage, that was the filtering by the tools. That is done. Now your resume has reached in the hands of HR. But the problem is that recruiters give only a few seconds, just a glance to your resume. You get very little time to pitch your profile. And that is why one-pager resumes are preferred. You should keep your resume short and crisp. Now, one-pager is not a mandate, and of course, if you are having an experience of 8 years, 10 years, 15 years, then definitely you will be having a lot of information. But even then, try to keep it as concise as possible until the time your experience is less than 6 or 7 years. I think that you can definitely summarize it in one page and it will be very effective. The next thing is that you should use the bullet points. Instead of narrating and writing long paragraphs to which recruiters will never go through, you must use bullet points. They will be catchy and will convey your achievements very easily. The next thing is that you should quantify your knowledge using the right language. I have seen resumes having the words like a lot, largely, greatly, infinitely. Instead of these, you should try quantifying your knowledge and your work. There should be figures and there should be data, a matrix from which a result can be derived. It will be far more convincing than using those words like a lot, indefinitely. And one thing that you should never miss on is to double check for the typo and the grammatical errors. Most of the times they are overlooked by us and they leave a bad impression. Before proceeding further, here's the time for a tip. You should keep different variants of your resume. I'll explain that what I mean by different variants, but let's first see that what are the benefits of having different variants of the resume. So the first thing is that you can showcase your skills in a better way. The second thing is that recruiters will find it close to the job description and the chances of getting shortlisted will increase. And the third benefit is that you don't need to update your resume frequently. So assume that you have worked with 3 companies till now. The first belong to the sports domain, the second belong to the media industry, the video streaming part and all those, and third belong to the e-commerce. Now you are applying for some company which belongs to e-commerce. Let's say Myntra or Flipkart maybe. Won't it make sense if your resume defines the e-commerce experience prominently? So what I mean is that your resume should show your e-commerce experience in detail as compared to the media industry or the sports domain. Now let's say you are applying for Hotstar or Netflix. They are related with the video streaming. So your resume should show the relevant experience in detail. For a while, try to understand the recruiter's part. So if you are having an opening for video streaming project and you get 2 resumes, the first one shows the relevant experience in detail, while the second one is just like any other resume. Which one would you prefer? So that's what I meant when I said that you should have different variants of your resume. Now comes the point that how will you make your profile look different? Because HR has received hundreds of resumes and they need to pick few of them. So one of the things that will make you look different is open source contribution. Or I can phrase it as what have you done apart from your work? And this is the thing which tells about your interest in your field. Candidates having open source contribution are definitely preferred over the ones which are not having. So the point comes that how can you do that? And the easiest way is GitHub. Either you can try improvising the existing projects by raising the pull request, or you can try making some small projects and just host them on GitHub. If you are good at making reusable components or libraries, try publishing them on Cocoa Pods, Cocoa Controls. And one thing that you can try is getting recognized by the platforms like Stack Overflow, HackerEarth, CodeChef. You can definitely put your Stack Overflow ranking or the badges earned from HackerEarth in your resume, and it will definitely add on. Online presence, how does it help and how to get it? Did you ever try searching your name on the Google? If not, just give it a try. Just see that are you getting any relevant results? Keeping the Facebook and Instagram aside, are you getting any result which tells about you? If yes, then you have some online presence, and if not, then you should definitely look for it. So basically, online presence will help you in bringing your profile in search results. The portals that are used by the recruiters for searching the candidates, they will bring your profile up and eventually you will get the HR's attention. Now comes the point that how can you get online presence? And one of the easiest way is technical write-ups. Write some articles about your work, publish them on Medium, and in less than 2 or 3 weeks, you will have some online presence. You can also try taking the skill assessment tests by LinkedIn. It improves the profile and eventually suggests it in the search results, and that is what we want. The next thing that you can do is you can share your work on the LinkedIn. This will improve your network, basically your first degree connections. So first degree connections are those connections who are directly connected with you. Second degree are those who are connected to your first degree connections and so on. So the more first degree connections you will be having, the stronger will be your network and better will be the discoverability. Here's the second tip. Use resume builders for making your resume. I understand that people are very creative and some of them don't need those websites, but for the rest, I would suggest using those websites. Let me show why. So here I have 3 resumes. Let me show. This is a kind of resume which is not at all attractive, will not draw the attention. It does not convey the achievements, it does not convey the work properly, and this is a definite no. The second one is neat. It is showing the information in more organized manner. Bullet points have been used. It is one pager. But the problem with such resumes is that they are made using the tools like Photoshop. Then they are exported as image and later converted into PDFs. Now some of the filtering tools which do not have the OCR feature, that is optical character recognition, they filters out such resumes and they do not reach to HR. And the kind of resume that I like personally, it looks something like this. It looks neat, it shows the work properly, it conveys the details. Here you don't have the problem of OCR, it uses the bullet points. You can customize it to any extent, and for making this, I have used this tool, that is Styling CV. Now this is not a paid promotion. I'm not promoting Styling CV. The guys haven't paid me even a single penny. It's just that I found it useful and there are hundreds of other tools similar to this. So you can look for it. What I want to convey is that these kind of resumes are generally preferred over those. So you can give it a try. Let's discuss about portfolios. As they say that an image speaks 1,000 words. So if a single image can speak 1,000 words, the portfolio can definitely do a lot more. So basically from a portfolio, you get a chance to showcase your skills. They are more engaging and gives you a chance to convince the recruiters. They are interactive. You can present a lot more information using the portfolio. You can show the videos, the snapshots of the projects that you have done. and you can literally go crazy with your creativity. So if you want to see that what people are doing using portfolios, here's the GitHub link, and in this link you will get link to all these portfolios. And if we try one from these, this is how it looks, and this is how the projects are generally showcased in the portfolios. You can try other templates too. So these are the ways to convey your part, to convince the recruiters, and it is all about it. Now towards the end of the video, I have few tips. So the first one is that you should use the job alerts feature on the LinkedIn. I have seen many people looking for the job, searching for the jobs. They use LinkedIn, but they do not use it efficiently. So setting the job alert on the LinkedIn is one of the things that will help you a lot. The second thing that you should do is you should keep updating your resume. On the portals like Naukri, Hirist, Indeed, Top Hire, etc., people generally upload the resume and then they forget it. So if you want your profile to stay in the light to get the attention of the recruiters, you should keep updating your profile. And there's no need to make the changes. Just uploading the same resume once again will do the job. And try doing it on Mondays. So that's pretty much for this video. If you like it, please let me know through the comments. And a new video comes out every Sunday, so you might consider subscribing to the channel. Let's write better code together. Happy coding and stay safe.